Squidward's homicide is a common nickname of the episode Blood Lane, which is an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants seen by only 6 individuals. In the episode, accounts of the employees vary, but all of them have one thing in common, which is, by some stretch of the imagination, Squidward committing a murder. It is unknown exactly who he kills, but given the character relationship, it was probably SpongeBob, judging by the only thing that remains from the episode, which is a few screenshots. The episode itself was scheduled to be the sister episode of Roller Cowards, which was replaced by Bucket Sweet Bucket, due to many reasons. There were disturbing and suggestive images included, such as gory images of the Bikini Bottomites and other suggestive content. The only reason this is related to Suicide Squidward, or Squidward Suicide, depending on which part of the world you hail from, is because the writer was Madison Richards, who, yes, was involved in the production of Squidward Suicide, and reportedly the unmarked Video 2000 tape, as well as the cousin of Chaz Angu, one of the interns who watched Squidward Suicide, as well as viewed Blood Lane. Below is the account from this cousin, who is the most trusted. For starters, the episode's title card reads Blood Lane, which was quite sketchy for a kid's cartoon. The episode started off with Squidward playing his clarinet, like Squidward Suicide, except with different animation. There is a ring of his doorbell, and Squidward rushes to answer it, revealing it to be both SpongeBob and Patrick. They ask, with jellyfish nets in their hands, if Squidward is ready yet. He says no and angrily slams the door in their faces. He then walks up to his room and returns to his clarinet, until he hears the doorbell ring again. And this time, when he opens the door, no one is there. Squidward angrily walks back upstairs and returns to playing his clarinet, but he still hears SpongeBob laughing outside. The bubble transition then plays, and the scene is now Squidward sleeping later that night. He hears SpongeBob's laughing, and the screen shows a close-up of his eyes. Squidward waking up. This happens repeatedly for about a minute, before the bubbles come up again. The episode is now following Squidward at sunrise the next day, trudging towards SpongeBob's house angrily with bloodshot pulsating eyes, and what appears to be a revolver in his hand. As he steps forward more and more, he starts growing visibly insane as he hears SpongeBob's blowhorn, coupled with SpongeBob waking up and laughing even more. Squidward is now on a slow dash, and suddenly the background starts to move in impossible directions. The sidewalk starts to twitch more and more violently before it's something akin to a high-magnitude earthquake. All of a sudden, a photo of Bikini Bottomites mangled and bloody on the streets, entrails and all, heads chopped off, and buildings in shambles and on fire, pops up for 2 seconds. In that scene was real dismembered people. Eyes, teeth, tongues, even hair ripped out. Squidward then appears decayed, slightly older, even more insane. He reaches SpongeBob's house and the screen glitches out. In the midst of this glitching, you can see text that says, "He is never coming back," and "Get away when you can." The audio is of Mr. Krabs, Patrick, and Squidward screaming with undetermined sounds mixed in. Squidward speaks, but it is inaudible. Squidward then enters SpongeBob's house and runs to his decrepit bedroom. SpongeBob is shown laughing and talking to Gary. Squidward yells his name and then says something to the tune of "Prepare to be sent to the next life." He shoots SpongeBob in the lungs, and then again in his torso. He collapses into a pile of bones and flesh. Squidward then feasts on his body and runs home. Squidward goes to bed. He talks to his clarinet and says, "Another day, another death. Eh, Clary?" And as the shot pans out, viewers can see many cartoonishly murdered bodies of other Bikini Bottomites, including SpongeBob, whose body was somewhat done in an abstract style, now only a random shape with blood on it. The bubble transition comes up once more, and the credits roll. The strange thing about them is that the only name repeated over and over, in different layouts to represent the actual credits, is the French text "Vous êtes mort." The United Plankton and Nickelodeon logos are gone, and are replaced with an image of Squidward giving a malevolent smile. He appears to be in a room similar to that of a mental asylum. The text "Vous prochain et mort" appears. French for "You are dead next," as the episode fades to black. That would be the end, until one image pops up for less than a frame. But the employee refused to reveal its contents no matter what. It is said that if the viewer sees this image, whatever it is, for more than even 1 second, they will get the urge to commit homicides in the same manner that Squidward did, as well as commit suicide when the deed is done, either by poison or cyanide. The only survivor, the employee, is the only known person to survive the final image. It is still unknown what the image actually is, but reports speculate that it is a real photo of a demon, or even the devil himself, though this is not confirmed.